What up YouTube, I'm Eric, thank you for clicking on the video, and today I finally have time to talk about WEEB Weekend 2024, or Anime Expo 2024. So of course it takes place from July 4th to the 7th, but we had to get there a day earlier, so July 3rd to the 7th. So yeah, let's talk about day 0. So of course, day 0 is a flight day over to Anime Expo, or to LA. So I'll just take you to the aesthetic footage, right? I'm kidding, I don't have that because we got upgraded to like the exit row, but unfortunately it was the center aisle and the middle seat that were empty, so I couldn't film out the window unless I wanted to talk to the dude that was next to me. I didn't want to do that because he looked like he didn't want to talk. So yeah, as soon as we got to LA, we went to our hotel. This time we stayed at the Residence Inn, so not as close as the Moxie was from last year, but this time it's still close, but not as close. We had the executive suite over there for I believe it was 9 people total, so it's not the 11th that we had last time, but we all had this one room. Now for the people that were staying at the Residence Inn or any of the like AX block, hotel block area, you're probably wondering, how do we get past the wristband rule? Now for those of you who don't know, a lot of the hotels in that area had this like wristband rule where they had wristbands that were giving out the front desk for people with rooms at that hotel, and each room was given only a specific amount. I believe the rooms for the Residence Inn, you were limited to about 5 total, which is like the most bullshit rule I've ever heard. Because like, what if you just want to like bring your friends over and like hang out for a little while? Do they have to bring a wristband? Because that's kind of weird. And their whole thing for it is like, oh, fire safety, but like realistically, no. Like, we booked this room the last day of 2023 Anime Expo, and they never told us about this rule until we got to the hotel. So we were questioning, what do we do? Because we have 9 people, they only give us like 4 wristbands for some reason. No, it's an executive suite, right? This giant room. By the way, let's take a look at the room. Yeah. Very nice room, very nice room. We got a little view over the Hollywood sign. That's pretty neat, but there's a big room for all of us, right? And they gave us 4 wristbands. Like, how are we gonna make that work with like 9 people? Don't know. How are we gonna do that? So for the most part, our group got really lucky, and they weren't really checking as often as we thought they were going to be. So, you know, we just flashed a wrist, and you know, people with cosplay, they don't really look at people with cosplay. And we had a lot of people in the group that were cosplaying. Not me, because that's a lot of work, and I don't want to be uncomfortable walking around the convention center all day. But apart from the hotel ordeal, we decided that we want some food, right? And what better food to go to than to go to In-N-Out. Now this is like my 2nd time ever having In-N-Out. First time was like in Vegas, like over 10 years ago now. So now here I am, 10 years later at least, in LA getting In-N-Out. And what do I get? Of course, being the K-pop stan and stan of LOONA, so I try to get the things from the video that made me stan LOONA. So I just got like, you know, a double and fries animal style and vanilla shake because I'm a basic like that. You know, it's pretty good. I think it's worth the price, you know, considering a lot of fast food prices are really high these days. But yeah, other than In-N-Out, we went to this cool place near the convention center, near the hotel. It's called The Yard, and of course we got the half yard, a couple drinks for the boys. That was all cool. And then go in the hotel and sleep and ready for the next day, for day 1 of Anime Expo. Now, of course, like last year, we get up really early to get in line for Anime Expo Day 1 because we already know it's going to be a ridiculously long line. And us even getting up at the time that we did, the line was still super long. But it wasn't as long as last year because they have more entrances, which is the thing I think that Anime Expo did really good this year, is like dividing lines and entrances for people to come in. So definitely a positive from that. Now I have no idea which gate this is, but they have like specific dates. So here are some clips from that. We tried lining up at the main gate, but we saw like that one was pretty full already, so we tried a different entrance, and that one was a little bit shorter, and here is that. You can see us moving up the line like little penguins waddling along, doing the little waddle walk forward through the lines, and then we get to inside the Anime Expo. Fun stuff. Because they open the doors early so people can get inside the main lobby area and line up at the bottom of the step. That was pretty cool. As soon as this happened though, and like we actually got in, I lost every member of my group. And we're like chatting in our little group chat like, hey, I'm over here, and I'm over here. Oh, I'm over here. And then there's like one of my friends that's like way up somewhere. Like, how did you get up there? Let's go. But then the countdown happened and the people started playing drums and stuff, and then they opened the floodgates. Fortunately, I was close enough to the front so I can get in early, and I got in very fast. Like last year, my group decided to split into, people assigned here, people assigned here, people assigned there. I am, of course, the Katakawa guy, so immediately I went over to that and lined up over there because a lot of the merch coming from Katakawa this year was really, really good. So as soon as I went over to that line, it was already had like maybe 50 or between 50 and 100 people already in the line. So I'm gonna wait at the side for a little. But when we started lining up, they had us going around this booth that was next to Katakawa. But one of the workers from that booth that was next to Katakawa thought that we were in line for their booth. So they had us line up, and we didn't know it. So this guy working the booth came out and was thinking that we were part of the group that was waiting for their booth, right? And we don't know that this guy is for that booth. We're thinking this guy is from Katakawa and he's trying to direct the lines into a proper place. So he's telling the group of us to line up along the other side. So we go there and we're standing there, and it's at this corner around near the entrance, and we're waiting, and this other guy comes up right from the other booth again, saying that this entrance is actually for their booth, which it makes this thing so confusing. And we and this like group of 5 of us now go over to their booth, not knowing it's lining up for their booth and not Katakawa. So this group of 5 of us start lining up at a different place from where the Katakawa booth line was. So we're thinking like, this is weird, and just jump back in line to where we were originally, which was the correct line. So we then somehow gave up 50 spots minimum to other people for apparently no reason. And this whole time, these two people in front of me were like thinking, oh, they probably sold out of the prints and what have you, because they had these like really nice prints of like a bunch of animes like ReZero, Overlord, Konosuba, like signed stuff too as well. So the people in front of me are like thinking really pessimistically, like, oh, they probably sold out. They probably sold out by now. So mad at this people that they're thinking that they don't have this because this idiot decides to go in front of them and what have you. And then they leave. So those two left in line and go wherever. But me, I'm thinking there's probably a lot more. And plus I still had to buy stuff from people from my group. Eventually I get in and I buy stuff, a lot of stuff. Minus 400 bucks is gold. Like for me personally, I bought the Konosuba Jinbei, which had like Megumin on the back and Shimosuke pants. So that was like 90 bucks, by the way. I'll go get it real quick. So here is the Jinbei. You can see that stuff. It's that, right? That. And on the back, it's in Japanese. It's that. And then the Japanese on it is the spell she says when she casts explosion. So that's cool. And these are the Shimosuke pants. So you can see that as well, like cute little Shimosuke on it. Very nice. Which, shout out to the pants, because I didn't bring pajamas to go here. And those pants were like the thing that kept me alive through the nights at the hotel. But yeah, I wandered around the exhibit hall for a long time, just like looking at each of the booths and what they had. Oh yeah, I also got of course I mentioned the prints. I also got one of the prints of the ReZero cast, signed by the cast. So it's very nice. It's nicely plaqued as well. So it's super nice, super cool. I think this was really cool, really worth it, actually, for the price, because this was like this thing, right? It was only like $100. So that was really cool. This everything included, nice frame, nice little plaque at the bottom. It says ReZero on it, and printed signed signatures of 4 of the cast members or voice actors. So very cool. Like for my brother as well, I got him the Konosuba one as well, and a bunch of other stuff for the people in my room. But after that, I ended up walking around the entire convention. I went around the exhibit hall immediately first, because, you know, that's where everything is, all the main stuff is. But then go to the entertainment hall, which for this year was just like a bunch of VTuber stuff and mobile games. So that stuff was pretty cool, but not really up my alley. So after that, and having explored the 2 main areas, I decided I want to buy the Anime Expo official merch, as you can see. And then I met the line guard, I guess you could call it, whose name was actually Eric as well. So that was pretty cool. We bonded over that. He liked my Trash Taste Hawaiian shirt. He was apparently also a fan of Trash Taste. But yeah, super cool guy. But the line for that, during day 1, mind you, it was the longest line I stood in for this convention, which was almost 2 hours. It was like well over an hour, like an hour 45, almost 2 hours. It wasn't 2 hours exactly, and it was a little less than that. But as you can see, I got the AX Happy. This thing is super cool. It's black and gold. You got the little sun thing on the sides. You got the gold. You got the Anime Expo thing there. You got Anime Expo on the back. And then, right, I also got the AX Jinbei thing, which this thing is surprisingly way smaller than like a regular large, because they did have sizes, right? They had sizes for whatever. Unlike the Konosuba one, this one is you can choose the size. So I gave them my size. I'm a large usually, but for this one's a little smaller. So yeah, but design's pretty cool. You got a little floral design. Oh yeah, this Anime Expo Happy has floral stuff too. That's super cool. Really like this thing. But yeah, after those two, I pretty much chilled from the rest of the day. Oh yeah, I asked one of my friends over there to get me another shirt that I'll bring now. At the Aniplex booth, there was a Mashal shirt. Mexican Muscle. We got Mash. You can see that. Mash. And on the back, right, we got the Bling Bang Bang board, boy. So it's a jersey design, so it's like oversized. So it's super nice, super stylish. We got the little lightning slash through here. It's super nice, super comfy. Actually wore this for one of the days, I think day 3 or 4. But yeah, that was pretty much it for my day 1. I didn't go any panels or anything because, like, for me, there's very few things that I find that I'd want to spend time on. For me personally, I treat Anime Expo as like this really big shopping trip that I can buy a bunch of WEEB. But yeah, the place was really crowded by the time I left still. And yeah, that was pretty much it for my day 1 of Anime Expo. Now, day 2 of Anime Expo. Now this is Friday, right? Surprisingly, there was not as many people here. Now I went there about like 9-10 o'clock, that type of time, and it was surprisingly not that many people. At the start of day 2, I went to the Kanekawa booth again because I knew that they were going to do a little meet and greet with Amelia from ReZero. Of course, if you saw from my last year's AX video, she is my favorite anime girl. So I went there, talked to the person at the front there, asked what time it was. They told me it was like in 30 minutes. So I just took a lap around the entire exhibit hall.
I don't know what this is, but this is cool. Kind of cool. Goated. I have found the back alleys.
So I came back to it. And there was a little bit time before they came out again. So I took a lap around the Kanekawa booth area, and when I came back to that original place, like 17 Subarus had suddenly spawned there. So I'm like, whoa, those are my fellow Amelia bros. So nice. So of course I did the Will Smith pose when he goes like, because I don't really know any other pose to like show off something. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, like super cool. It's small Amelia. And I didn't really do much this day. Like I walked around a bunch more, and yeah. This day, I kind of dedicated to the 18 plus day. So yeah, and like shockingly, as I'm exiting the 18 plus zone, I saw a couple of personalities. I saw Emaru and Extra Emily from OTK. So yeah, that was kind of cool. I saw them talking with a couple of other fans, but I kind of didn't want to talk to them because I just came out of 18 plus, right? And I'm holding this blank brown bag of stuff. So that probably wouldn't have been a good first impression. So I didn't end up talking to them. Now we actually had to leave Anime Expo a little bit early because we decided to go to a baseball game. So in this year's attempt for the boys to make me a Hololive fan, they decided we'd go to the Dodgers baseball game for Hololive Night, like a Hololive takeover for the Dodgers Stadium. So this is my first ever baseball game I've ever gone to in person, and it's VTuber themed. Now, of course, I knew this was gonna happen, and like I know that at the end of the game they're gonna do like a drone show, right? I don't know, Hololive has like their pen light sticks and that type of stuff. So me, a K-pop stan, was gonna bring a light stick, of course. But as soon as I got to security and showed them my light stick and the Hololive light sticks, they're like, "You can't bring that in." And then all of us were like, What do you mean we can't bring this in? Like my thing, I was going to bring the Artemis light stick, so I kind of understood if my thing got rejected, but for the Hololive like light stick things, they were rejecting those as well. Like, even though the Hololive official Twitter or X account said you can bring your light sticks and like light up Dodger Stadium with your light sticks or something like that, right? But security was like, no, you can't bring that in. Go to the lockers and put that away. So the lady at security told me like, you can't bring that in. Go run to the locker and run back straight to the security where she was. So I did, and my brother did with everyone's light stick, and we had to pay $10 for a spot in this locker, right? So we ended up not bringing in any of our light sticks into this Hololive event because security said no. Even though the Hololive official channel said, yeah, bring them in. Security like, no, you can't bring those in. And I saw a couple of other Hololive fans have pen light sticks, and they're waving that around throughout the game as well. But going into Dodger Stadium, we got like a cool little snippets. So at this Dodger Stadium, baseball stuff, it was the Hololive event, so there's a bunch of Hololive stuff there. There were a bunch of photo op areas with like standees of a couple of Hololive people there. There was XIIX, Pekora, and Gargura. Those three were like the main people for this event. But like as soon as we got into Dodger Stadium through like security and stuff, we get baseball cards of each of the VTubers. So we got cards. So I'll show that real quick. Every person that entered got these things, right? So we got the Gargura one. See that? Blown out. Very nice. So we have Gargura. On the back is that stuff. Right? And then Pekora. And then XIIX. So yeah, upon exiting security, you get those. And then we tried to go for the merch. And oh my god, the merch was horrible. Not like the merch itself, but like the line for the merch was the most horrendous line I've ever seen. Like, I captured maybe a 1/10 of the line from the video, and this line was huge. Like, I'm sure people who are watching this probably know of the horror stories that came from that line, but this line, there's no way you're getting anything if you entered the line then. Like, I've heard the stories of people waiting 6 hours minimum for the line and not getting the merch. But after confirming that we were definitely not getting merch, we went to our stands, our seats in the stands.
The view, somehow, they took away my light stick. So, yeah. Hololive Night, baby.
And then the game started playing.
I never realized that baseball games are very quiet. K-pop fan cam. Birthday ball. That one didn't count.
And then a couple of people from our group were deciding that maybe people left, the standees at least. So we went out, or me and two other people went out to find these picture standees to take pictures with. And we got to one of them, and they were actually taking it down.
How much? I'll take it. Bidding starts at 5 cents.
But after that, we went back to our seats to watch the rest of the baseball game.
That was at the fire.
They had some like cuts of Hololive members saying stuff. And then they had Gargura saying, "Take me out to the ball game." So that was wild.
Welcome back. Gargura, Hololive production.
So at the end of the game, surprisingly, Dodgers won. Like, one of their players, Will Smith, clutched up with 3 home runs, which is insane. Yeah, and the Dodgers end up winning, so that was pretty cool. We got to go to Dodger Stadium and see them actually win, so nice. But after that was the drone show for Hololive. So the drone show was really cool. They had like you saw from a couple of the clips here. We had a bunch. There was a bunch of Hololive stuff. We have like all the personalities over there. We had Maji Suisse. We got Pekora and Gargura stuff and Hololive stuff. They were playing Hololive music in the background. So that was really cool. Shout out to the one drone that went rogue and crashed somewhere. So yeah. But overall, really cool experience. Super cool visuals, honestly. It was the first time I've ever seen a drone show in person, and that is absolutely insane. Like, the footage I captured doesn't do that show justice. Like, that stuff was absolutely nuts. But that was pretty much the end of day 2. Day 3. Day 3, I really didn't do anything that day. Like, I'm looking back on everything from that day, and apparently I have 4 files for that day. I honestly don't remember much from it. Like, I can remember buying some ice cream and like crepe, but I don't remember much for day 3. I don't know why day 3 was such a blur to me. Yeah, I guess day 3 was nothing, and just me eating food, because I do see the crepe and nothing else. So I guess I'll just move on to day 4. The last day of AX. So day 4, I ended up going back to Katakawa, right? Because I know that day they were doing like a little lottery for you to buy some display figures. So I go there, right? And I talk to like the first person, or like one of the staff members that was like at the front of the line. And I was asking them like, what was the most popular lottery entry that people were entering for? And they were, of course, entering for the same figure that I was, which was the Amelia, like, T figure. So I'm like, okay, maybe I open for someone else, but I said, nah, Amelia all the way. So I did put one in for Amelia. Then they said to come back and check if it was the number. So after X amount of time for this, I came back and I looked at my number, right? I looked at that number. The number was 3 numbers away from my number. So so the person 3 places behind me got it instead of me. So I'm like, ooh, that sucks. So I said, okay, I'll spend the equivalent of that figure on other figures. So I went around the convention center and specifically the exhibit hall, because that's where all most of the figure stuff are. And I bought 3 figures that I thought was pretty cool. So one of the figures I bought was the Papa Parade figurine of Megumin from Konosuba. So it's pretty cool. The staff, you can move it around. You can take off the hat if you want to. Well, that's neat. Super cool, super cute. Another figure I got was the Yamada Anna figurine from The Dangers With My Heart, or Dangers in My Heart. Really love that show. Really adore that. Oh, that's kind of blown out. So there you go. Kinda? Yeah, kind of. So it's very nice, super cool. Just a regular figure. So nice. Really like that. Love Dangers in My Heart. Absolute banger show. And then I got I figure. So it's super cool. It's on a little platform that has stuff. Alright, this is from Oshinoko. So yeah, super cool. Got 3 figures for. It's not at the price at the Amelia figure. Like, I think this was like 35 and this was 35. By the way, apparently there were 2 versions of it at the booth I was at. and the guy there was like, "Oh, you want that one?" They're like, there was another one that had the hair that was just dark blue, I guess. But he then like suggested, "Oh, there's a new one that came out and that has transparent hair that would like people like more. So do you want that one instead?" And they're like, "Yeah, I like the transparent one." So I went with this one. This was also the exact same price. It was like $30 something, I think 38. Like with taxes it was 38. So this is pretty cool. It's nice and neat. That has the shiny eyes and stuff. And then this one, I believe, was like near 50 bucks, like 40 something. So it's very nice, super cool. Got the hat and stuff. Everything super nice. There goes the hat. So collectively, this wasn't as much as the Tea Party Amelia figure that I was gonna get if I won the lottery. Which that one's like 200 or 170, 180, something like that. So like 50, and then like 35, 38, then 35 or something like that for this as well. So pretty good for these ones. By the way, for those of you who are wondering, black, but safety shorts, white. I just leave them here because they're not taking up much space, and I'm not using that space for now. But after that, I went back down to Artist Alley, where I actually met a couple of other personalities down there. This time I actually met and talked to them for a little bit. I met Peter Park TV and Yvonne down by Artist Alley. They're super cool people, super nice. Like, we stopped in the middle of one of the lanes for Artist Alley and just talked and took a picture, actually. So yeah, that was super cool. And now, because this was the last day, they ended EXPO really early, like 3:30, and like like 3:30, and like other days ended at like 6. So yeah, after EXPO, the rest of us of the group decided we'd go out to eat again to a place called Philippe's, which is a place that apparently the Dodgers go after games and like hang out and stuff. So we went over there, had some good food, went out and grabbed some ice cream. So that was pretty much it from my day 4 and the end of Anime Expo and my WEEB weekend.
Yeah, you always gonna suck.
What are the times?
2:13, 5:50, and then.
So that was pretty much it. Everything I bought from there. I think everything combined total, flight, the merch, everything, accommodations included, was around 2,000 something bucks. But that's kind of expected, traveling across the country. But yeah, that was my Anime Expo mostly. I think I talked about everything I did over there. Again, I don't know what happened in day 3, but yeah, that was my weekend Anime Expo experience. Leave any questions you have for me about Anime Expo at the comments down below. But yeah, thank y'all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Later. Welcome back to the degenerate side of Anime Expo. This time with not as many degenerate stories, but more stuff. Of course, this is gonna be 90% blurred. So yeah. So like the first booth I went to in the 18+ zone was the Faco booth. So yeah, I got 2 things from there, or like technically 3, but one was a shirt for someone else. But yeah, one of them is like super safe for work, I guess, except for one side. Don't want to flip it, but it is this. I don't think this needs censor, but it's kind of itchy. So Gal Boss Harem Office. So nice. That's that. Be careful though. I haven't read this yet, but it's there. This next one though, it's called I have not read this one either. So yeah, that's it. And then those were the things I got from the Faco booth. And then there was the Just booth. that was like next to it. So one of the things I got, there was this one. This was a also safe for work cover. So it's called Amnero. So there, Amnero 2. I didn't know it was a sequel. I just saw the cover and it's like, oh, that's quite cool. Jim, cool. So yeah, Jim, I read most of this, so it's neat. And yeah, oh yeah, there was we had a bingo card, and one of the bingo slots was like buy the most it was like buy the most fucked up dojin, something like that. And of course, what's more fucked up than incest, right? So this one is called Mom, I Want to Be More Than Just Your Son. So yeah, this I read a couple of pages of this, and it's not his mom, but a aunt of his that does the stuff. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the DGen side of things. So yeah, there you go. Don't tell anyone again.